Greetings, community.
We are
1, 2,
Comic Talk.
and it's been 5 years.
Yeah, it has. How's that feel?
Kind of interesting.
It's been
Definitely a milestone.
well, it's a journey in the sense of how old are you?
19.
Oh, you had to think about that one, didn't you? What I'm getting at is you're almost 20. So 1/4 of your life has been spent. People can go back on here and see 25% of you growing up.
That's true.
Interesting way of looking at it, right?
Yeah.
But we acknowledge those that decide they want to cruise on through.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Christina. We appreciate you being here. And Las Cruces, dude, as always. John, how you be? I hope all is well. Hope the wife and kids are doing good. And everyone's saying, hey. Yeah, no, hey, we appreciate everyone hanging out. And we just, overall, we want to kind of just say, hey, we've been here 5 years. We appreciate everyone that decides to cruise on through. We just spent a lot of time and obviously made memories, which has been cool. So I want to cruise on memory lane. So I always do this one. I always start the same story about with Perry. I don't want to be overly redundant. What I wanted to say is Perry used to do a lurking channel, which was really enjoyable to watch. And he picked Kai and I out of one of the nights he decided to do a lurking show. That was our, I guess, real recognition by the community. And then we were quickly, welcomed by many. And our first interview, because we used to do a lot of interviews back then, was with John. And it wasn't interviewing John, but it was with the assistance of John interviewing David Boer and Drew Zucker. And that was the start of an interesting interview journey. We got to meet a lot of people and actually bring a lot of readers and people who enjoy art to the likes of individuals that they may have never noticed, which was kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Now, in all of that, is there anything that you kind of remember in some of these, years that we've been doing this? How about the first interview that we had? Actually, our only interview. Remember that? Rod?
Oh, yeah, it was. I was going to say someone else.
So I had to put that off for months because my work schedule. So he contacted us in, God, I want to say it was around October. We tried to do it in November, and we ended up putting it off until the end of January.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember all that because it was just significant for me, meaning in the community that we were kind of in, right? Because everyone kind of gravitates to little pockets, I guess, of channels.
Mm-hmm.
And first it was Perry, and then we were quickly introduced to Rod of Just a Rican and his comics, John Comics and Kids. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
From there, we end up quickly meeting many people. Some still with us, some unfortunately not, and all of which have been kind of enriching, I guess, is what I really want to say. It's been, I guess, nothing else. Something that's been part of the channel as much as it's been, meaning the individuals that we've been spending time with, individuals that kind of hang out with us. In my opinion, have kind of been as much of the channel as you and I are the channel.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. I don't know.
No, I get that.
So other than that, I mean, can you think about some of the first books that we were reading?
Other than Kanto.
right? If you remember, one of the people we also really gravitated to was Derek. He was doing.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember?
I don't remember the titles of them, but I know what you're talking about.
It was oh my god, it escapes me now. It was almost like that Fairyland thing.
Yeah, that was
Kill.
one of them.
God, what was that book? No,
And
Kill
the
Sword.
other one was like the superhero that fucking killed people. Or was accidentally killing people. That was born from like that's what I mean. I remember the entire story. I
See,
don't.
see what happens when you're ordering 100 books a month, and then on top of that, getting more from the
fuck
shop.
the title. I just know the story now.
It all becomes a blur after a while, the actual titles. But yeah, from the time in which that we were first starting some of the reads until where we're at now, it's just been really interesting because we've gotten to see not only a lot of people that we first interviewed way back in the day, but how they've also matured up in the sun. Kanto's finishing out. They're on their last series. Derek Hunter was his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I can look that up. But outside of that, we've seen, like I said, so many writers. David Pepos, when we first met him, it was Going to the Chapel. And he was doing, remember that Calvin and Hobbes style Takeoff? Those were the two books that he was known for at the time. Where he's at now. Same thing with Juan Gideon. All these people. It's just been, and way back then, that's when we actually got to meet Kirkman.
Oh yeah.
At the zoo, at the museum. It's just been, I guess overall, I wanted to share with everyone. Oh, hey, great man. I hope you're doing well. That I guess. Oh yeah, Yarn Man. Definitely. Definitely got the Yarn Man. Man, do you remember that Yarn Man book? Remember when I got it? Mm-hmm. So I was all proud. It was in killer condition. It was a 9.8. And you jumped on the couch and went to save it. Yeah, it's like a 9.2 now.
Yeah, I do not remember
that. Oh, I do. And I remember when Tony ended up getting I think it's like a 9.6 or a 9.4, and he was like, oh, how appropriate. And I remember thinking to myself, it kind of is. So it's definitely something I'll always cherish. A ding is not something that most people are like, oh, yeah, I'll cherish it. But in the case of this, it's something that will always stick in my head, and it's just another memory. Good times.
Good times.
Well, hey, again, those 5 that are hanging out here are obviously 5 people in which that have been hanging out with this almost since the primary beginning, right? You got, Two Gun, he's been with us forever. Las Cruces, he's been hanging out with us for over 3.5 years now, I think. 4 years. John, since the beginning. Like I say, even like Grayman since the beginning. So, and again, Christina, as always, you're always there sharing with us. And those that catch us on the rewind, it just overall, thank you for allowing us to, I guess, share with you not only our memories, but make memories of our own. And I've always said that aside from the obvious of wanting to share with you books and stories and things like that, I've always said that, I've personally, in my own selfishness, I've done this for posterity. I do look forward to the time that he or Khalees or those in which that want to share some of these memories with others and say, hey, look, I was part of that too. That to me is overall, I guess, a big thing of the channel. So I want to thank you guys for allowing us to not only make memories together, but to share them with you. So I guess that's it. You got anything else?
I think you basically said it all.
And from us at
1-2
Comic Talk.
Thank you guys.